Vibe coding is utter bollocks. Here's why. So for the last month, I've been vibe coding, jumping on the bandwagon to see what it's like and testing out a few ideas that I've had with mixed results. I'm calling it a lot of bollocks because I just wanted to get you to watch the video. But for me, it has been useful because I've not been the best historically at UX, UI design. And what I'm finding with vibe coding is it's so quick, so fast to build forms, pages, get the user interface up and running. It's brilliant. However, the problem I'm finding is that the functionality, the back end, all the stuff you need to run a robust, sustainable SaaS product, it's very much lacking. Now, if someone like me who's been coding for 17 plus years, this isn't a problem. I've got the skills. But people who are probably new to coding and trying to get something out the door and not got experience of building sort of the back end, the functionality, it can be a problem. And a lot of people say, just ship, just ship, just ship. And that's all well and good. But what happens if it takes off, that project takes off, and you end up with this mishmash, this spaghetti of code that you don't understand, that's a nightmare, that bug fixing and getting your features out is a mess. And I think it's misleading. So I'm gonna give you an analogy which I've used before, which I think is relevant to vibe coding. You may have watched one of the James Bond films, and some scenes he's got tight fitting swimming trunks on, too tight in my opinion. Another scene he might be wearing a tracksuit, another scene he might have chinos and a shirt on. He then, wears a lot of three-piece suits, even tuxedos. Now, no matter what James Bond is wearing, underneath the hood, he's still James fucking Bond. He gets the job done. Whatever's needed, he can do it. He's got a license to kill. And that's how you need to look at your code. That's how you need to look at your SaaS startups. That it needs to be James Bond underneath the hood. Yeah, it might look ugly. It might look like he's wearing a potato sack instead of a tuxedo. But if the person wearing that potato sack is jacked and can deadlift 3 times its own body weight, it doesn't fucking matter. So I think vibe coding is great to get the user interface up and running, but it's still lacking in the back-end processing. So that's what you need to get good at.